taking on a team trying to get back in the win column here at the Kohl Center for the first time in a quarter century. The Indiana Hoosiers. Losers are 5 of 6 with great opportunity in front of them. Take on the Badgers on Peacock. Glad to have you along for the ride. No Eagle, Robbie Hummel. And we should have an interesting to be pleased with the shot diet, especially the three-point shooting from his star in Tonje. And we're underway from the Kohl Center. Glad to have you along here from Madison. Randy Richardson, Tim Comer, and Bart Lennox are 3 officials here tonight.
Let's see if Indiana can do some work here on the offensive glass. In conference play, they've become one of the Big Ten's best offensive rebounding teams. And against some of those big rebounding squads, Wisconsin has had some issues.
Certainly helps to have the leading rebounder in the conference, and Oumar Ballo had a big game when he was with Arizona last year against Wisconsin. Late shot clock, and Mbako has to force, and he missed it. Rebound, poked around, and that's a good group effort by the Badgers.
It's going to have to be the game for Wisconsin. Indiana a little bit stagnant on that possession, but all 4 Badgers in there in that painted area fighting for that defensive rebound.
Crowell has not been shy, and that is why.
How about the aggressor and drill this thing from 3?
Winter, same spot. Savers up. The 2 big men delivering from downtown.
Well, I know at this came attention to Ballo there. Just never felt like he was comfortable.
Tonje. First miss from the outside. Back tap, Blackwell. Blackwell just 5 points against Northwestern, but really enjoying an excellent sophomore season and shows the aggression to get to the free throw.
And then reclosing out, you're never going to get there. What a start for Wisconsin. And
worked on the mental side of the game as much as the physical from his freshman to sophomore year. The big thing from Greg Gard that he said he just has a lot more experience, and he can draw on that experience from playing as much as he did as a freshman. We've really seen him take that step so far this year, double figures in all but 4 games on the season. Miles Rice finally gets in that loss at Purdue, and Mike Woodson had mentioned that a lot of the guys who hadn't been in that environment before, he felt it affected them. See how the crowd can do the same here in Madison. As Tonje battles with Leal, bounce it inside. Winter with 2 on the clock, has to fade and puts it through.
Dylan Winter, him uncomfortable there. Just by digging in, Oumar Ballo not really feeling like he can just go to work.
Wisconsin lives with a Leal 3, and they'll trade it for a Tonje trade. Goody tries to respond, comes up short. Goody and Galloway both on the floor. Renew's going to go to the bench early here.
Indiana just not hooked up and ready to play. There's another wide open 3. Max Klesmit this time in transition. Indiana a bit late.
But back 4 of 5 from the outside, and the Hoosiers 0 for 3. Make them 0 for 4. Carter Gilmore's in the game coming off a career performance against Northwestern. They nicknamed him Gilly James. Klesmit, same spot.
Some of these breakdowns by Indiana are unacceptable. Understanding the scouting report, Wisconsin, the best 3-point shooting team in the league, and these guys are out here shooting horse shots.
And Mbako spins and scores.
It's not been good enough by Indiana thus far.
The other thing on the scouting report with Klesmit, you know he's willing to shoot him from well behind the line. Tonje with a leak out. Look at finish. Tonje getting upstairs. Gilmore sends it away. Janicki is in the game. Crowell back out there. Gilmore lets it fly. For the first time, Galloway, Renew, and Goody will round out the 5. Xavier Amos in the game for Wisconsin. Here is Janicki. Screen, pop, inside, bucket.
We saw John Blackwell do that last year at a high level. Now his role has changed this season, but he's still an excellent cutter.
Miles Rice will get to the free throw line. Blackwell's 200th career field goal.
Easy baskets given up by the Hoosiers.
Miles Rice settled things down, talked things over potentially. Rice a little bit out of control. They're trying to find Goody outside. He just hasn't had much breathing space so far. 20 on the shot clock now for Rice. Looking at Dice, floats it up, and he gets back to the free throw line.
They're going to take a lot of them. They're going to make a lot of them. It's what their team is built. Gone to the portal, gotten a guy in Tonje that's played terrific basketball. But you look at the way this team plays, the ball screen continuity. We saw Wisconsin for so many years with the swing, certainly with pace. This is a different Wisconsin team than what your father saw.
McGee. 44% on the season. He has been lights out really from the beginning, and you mentioned him as one of the developmental pieces for this team as Tucker responds. First three for the Hoosiers.
Bryson Tucker, that's just his second three of the season. Came in shooting 6% from three. Wisconsin helping in on the mismatch with Renew. Bryson Tucker making him pay.
Greg Gard had so much praise for both McGee and Carter Gilmore, saying those are the perfect examples of what it means to be
He can put it on the floor. Pretty good athlete.
Dion Waiters.
the goats of that skill.
These guys made it famous. He 0.3 rebounds and was shooting 60% from the floor. Indiana went 10 and 3 as Goody drills the J. Since the injury in the 3 games he's returned.
For that, losing your rhythm and losing some confidence. It's been a struggle. And you throw in the fact that with Luke Goody at the 4, Indiana has played better. So there's pressure on him in that regard as well.
Rice starting to find some action with 4 at the free throw line. Can they find a way to continue to get stops with Wisconsin still shooting 56%? And Winter, bottom.
Nolan Winter. You know, as that pass is swinging, you got to be closing out to take him out of his rhythm.
Tucker, book it.
Bryson Tucker has been a non-factor from this storm. Now, they've cut this thing down to 15. Defensively started to get some stops. Luke Goody there hanging in the play, active hands. Got to take advantage though. Can't turn the basketball over.
Galloway inside. Follow. Pick and roll perfection. Tonje sizes up Galloway, leaves it for Gilmore. Reset now with McGee. Dancing. Gilmore. Fearless. This dude used to not even have the response. Weak side board goes to Blackwell.
Wisconsin really showing bodies at Oumar Ballo.
Tonje in rhythm. Galloway. All the way.
Euro. He totally left. I just think for Indiana to win in this building, a place where they've struggled so much, this can't be a game where it's 13-4 in terms of three-pointers made. If that's the number, there's just no way that Indiana can win this game.
Little stop and go. Tonje with the quick feet to get inside and patience to bank it home. Back to a 16-point game, under 3 to play in this first half. Does Indiana have one final spurt in them, trailing by as many as 22? And Baco, money.
Good ball movement there. Wisconsin has gotten aggressive with some of those hard games.
100%. You're down 22. And
no question.
Down 13.
If Indiana can cut this to single digits at the half, it would be a monster win.
Amos attacking on Ballo. Oh, that's a tough bucket.
Coming to a jump stop, getting to your turnaround jumper. It's a tough matchup for Ballo to guard hedge again. This time Wisconsin ain't able to shut it down, and certainly Bryson Tucker not going to look to shoot as if it was Luke Goody.
Well, here is Goody for 3. Oh, he's got it.
That step back there was nasty. Max Klesmit way off balance, and at the shot clock, Luke Goody had to have it. Indiana had to have it. He got it.
Final minute of this first half. Klesmit on the attack. Oh, Ballo came over. They're going to count the bucket. Ballo going to take the air out of it a bit.
See if Indiana takes a foul here, because they do have one to give.
Blackwell pulls. Too strong. Fight for the board. Rice got it, and a foul going the other way, and that is the 7th.
That first half foul trouble is something that's really thrown off his rhythm.
Rice missed it. Klesmit, can he get it off in time? He does. Too strong. But what a first half it was for Wisconsin. Blitzed this Indiana.
A guy, you know, the ball's coming towards you. You got to take away 3-point shots. And just because Crowell and Winter are 7 foot tall, that doesn't mean they can't shoot the 3-ball.
Here is Winter. He hit that second 3 of the game after Crowell got the scoring started in the first half. Klesmit hit a couple himself before going to the locker room and returning. Inside position in the bucket. Nolan Winter.
Well, Miles Rice is fighting for his life down there on the switch.
He has been the most efficient player by field goal percentage on the team this year. And he's been the most efficient 2-point percentage player in the Big Ten. Over 70% from inside the arc. Galloway driving kick. Goody started in the second half. That's why. Shows off the stroke.
Winter stayed with him pretty good. Luke Goody very effective at relocating and on base. gaps. He'll come right behind you. Winter was there, but just better offense from Goody.
And if he can catch fire, that changes a lot for this team.
That's the same exact play. It's just a different player. These ball screens, but it's just around the three-pointer. They're not really ever threatening Wisconsin's defense with them.
Tonje, aggressive for two.
He just grinded out Luke Goody right there. Baseline.
You turn the ball over 20 times on the road. You just can't expect to beat a good team. And sure enough, here they are, 9, with a couple of them already in this second half. A foul on the inside as Ballo got position. Free throw line here.
Ballo's been their most consistent player.
No question. And Mbako, 3 straight games in double figures for the first time since early December. As Ballo splits a pair, but Mbako coming in his last 3 games, 20.3 points, 5 rebounds, 58, 40, 75 splits. Just hasn't had that same level of impact. Klesmit finds the opening.
He curls off that pick for all. Big problem at Purdue, and it's showing itself again. And it's not like Wisconsin is a team that forces a high number of turnovers.
Klesmit remaining aggressive and a chance for 3.
But Bryson Tucker has to make Max becoming a legitimate threat from 3. Now Luke Goody is thinking, man, I got to be on him out there.
Payne, half the shot clock gone. He gets it back from Leal. Goody, they're playing through him a lot offensively. Bounce it, Renew, face up on Crowell, double team comes, he doesn't care.
It's amazing. Even though every scout
is on the other end.
He stayed in that play and contested that Goody jumper a little bit behind. And I do agree. You know, it's one of those things where you're kind of a gunslinger as a shooter, but you also have to understand the situation.
Mbako, Galloway, Tucker, and Renew. Where else is the offense going to come from? Who can initiate? We saw that from Galloway in the second half on Friday at West Lafayette. Tucker created the space. Mbako is going to go to the free throw line.
Those are the types of plays that you want.
Slow game for Mbako. 2 for 7 from the floor.
Slow night scoring, even really struggling with his jump shot at times, but then the high highs.
His top fan section here at
Gilmore to the NBA signs.
Oh, well, Gilly James, man. Come on.
Gilly James.
Blackwell trying to show off the athleticism, couldn't finish. McGee drills it. And they'll reload now with McGee. Just so solid, Kamari McGee, all season long, shooting the ball extremely effectively, and that's what Blackwell's doing at the rim, just getting to the cup at will.
That's another straight line drive where there's.
So you mentioned all the quad 1 opportunities that this Indiana team has coming up. You look at what they have. Purdue started this entire slate as that's a tough finish inside for Galloway.
Being ready to play, understanding the strengths of your opponent. You know, you come out and let Wisconsin play in the open floor and shoot open threes. There's just no chance. And that's what they did for the first 6 minutes of this game. They kind of found their way, but they've struggled here in the second half to start this one as well. The next 9:37 get him going. Oumar Ballo has really struggled tonight. Maybe this is a chance for Malik Renew to find his rhythm.
Bryson Tucker has had some really bright moments here tonight, and he earns himself a trip to the free throw line. And when I say earns, he at lanky consensus top 30 recruit, a 5-star according to ESPN and Rivals. McDonald's of him as a player look like.
He wants to get to his mid-range jumper. The problem has been he's only shooting 32% on shots off the bounce, all of those coming from 2. You know, we mentioned 6% from 3 coming in. He has made 2 tonight. It's been a bit of a struggle.
Oh, that's a. So Amos to the free throw, especially at the volume that they are in terms of percentage. A lot of it comes from some extended minutes here tonight, taking full advantage.
Got to get this inside.
Rice on the drive, the probe knocked away and stolen. No, Renew got it right back. Oh, Renew.
They finally got it to him. Kamari McGee was guarding.
Basketball as Winter misses short. There's still plenty of time that you can make somewhat of a run here and make things interesting. But no matter what, you hear all the time, especially at the NBA level, all minutes matter.
Yeah.
No matter what. If you're a player, you're getting an opportunity as Renew. You said it, this could be pretty quiet, just 9 points. Skip it, corner, McGee off the side of the backboard.
The closeout there by Goody to shut that down.
Wisconsin 3 for their last 17 from 3, and then the elevator slam by Tucker.
Understanding that Renew's trying to get back to his left. Indiana just spread the floor and let him drive the big fella.
Klesmit, Crowell, Gilmore, Tonje, and Blackwell, the 5. Gilmore, swing it. Tonje, pump it. Tonje, fire. And a foul is going to be called. Entering tonight, Tonje's 92.9% on the throw attempts. He averages 6 free throws made per game. He is how much of a pleasure he's been to coach. You say you get a 6-year senior comes in.
They get game where he only took 3 shots, and some of it was about being aggressive, but a lot of it was about being shot ready. You know, being ready to shoot when you catch the ball.
Gilmore, and look out. That'll be a flagrant foul. Tucker got a little excessive as he was swiping down. He's trying to say he was going for the ball, but he went 2 hands. Settled. Take another look at the foul.
It's hard to sell that that's a basketball play there.
You just can't go with a 2.
You have to go for
the previous action is under review.
It's not going for the ball.
And now you come into this building and you kind of get punched in the mouth and
season, and you're not meeting them. So there's a frustration level with that. Huge at 7 foot tall. Put that thing up in the air.
Klesmit on the outside. 5 minutes to play here in Madison. Gilmore. Yes, sir! He can do no wrong.
Well, he lets that thing fly. You can just hear the buzz in the arena as that thing's making its way to the rim.
Gave Wisconsin their largest lead, but getting MVP chance. And honestly, I'm not sure that he'll ever pay for a meal in this town ever again.
He's a Badger legend. But he's also, you know, you look at his high school career. He was a big-time player. First-team All-State at Arrowhead High School.
And scholarship player over the course of his career here in Madison. And he actually has said, he's like, hey, I'm not taking a scholarship away. And he has been one of the more effective walk-ons in the Big Ten so far this season with the way he's played, especially these last 2 games, as Wisconsin now matches its largest lead at 23.
I love also that his dad played for Bo Ryan at Platteville. That's an amazing connection to this program.
Galloway rattles that home from the corner. Yes, his dad, legit lineage, and now doing it at the highest level in the Big Ten. Paulo altered that one from Blackwell. Goody, extra, same spot. Galloway, pump, drive to the rim for the bucket.
Smart play there by Galloway. He got those intense closeouts coming. Just a little shot.
He actually had the stretch where he started 12 straight games and was playing very well in the starting lineup. Wonder what Mike Woodson will do now moving forward this season in terms of lineup changes and trying to find the right combinations. He found something with Bryson Tucker. The Illini are at the end of the month. A couple of those West Coast teams coming.
This schedule is no joke to finish. A lot like Michigan State and Purdue. You know, certainly the schedule gets real here in February.
It just feels like as you get closer and closer to March, the margins are going to get smaller and smaller. The top of the table right now in the Big Ten is so stacked with legitimately good teams. And you've got 6 teams now that they could even win the league coming in. And they're not even in that discussion right now with all of the.
That is an enormous ball game in Westwood. The Spartans taking their first Big Ten loss of the season at USC, but you've got Purdue right on their heels. Certainly Michigan at 8-2 in pretty good shape still. Maryland, a team maybe flying under the radar. Wisconsin.
Tonje tripped up by Goody. UCLA up 3. And you've got Michigan next, which is just a very difficult matchup for anybody with the way a very crucial stretch to try to save their season.
That's the $1 million question, I think, because Luke Goody certainly has earned his time out there. He's played so well since he's kind of come into the starting lineup, but you got to get Renew back healthy. You have to get Ballo to play better than we saw play with just Ballo or just Renew.
The net rating with one big at a time has been far better than with both of them over the course of the season. They've been outscoring opponents by about 3 or 4 possessions as McGee drills another 3, as opposed to just 1 possession with both of them out there for the entirety of this season. And now Greg Gard's going to go deeper into his bench and unload a little bit.
If you think about with Renew out there and Ballo together, the floor gets shrunk in a way that it's just not possible to do if you've got Mbako, Goody, and let's say Galloway, or you could throw Leal out there. Like, Anthony Leal's not an amazing shooter, but he can make one. And certainly Galloway is capable as well.
Breaking that pressure once again. Following this game, just 3 points, 6 rebounds. Tonje! Cherry on top for the Badgers. Deep bench for Wisconsin. Ilver, Janicki, Greppy, and Isaac Gard in the game. Foul away from the basketball here for Wisconsin. 25 points in the last 2 games for Carter Gilby from 3. Meanwhile, he'll check out to a nice ovation. Jack Robinson play. And follow game. Indiana's season low coming in was 60 at Iowa on January 11th. They need a bucket here to eclipse that. And they get it. Luke Goody, another 3-ball. He's got 11 points, 3rd 3 of the night. He'll try to get one more steal. Ilver will get it across. And Freitag lob it up. Oh, Apollo's right there. Galloway leave it. 10 seconds left. Gets it back from Goody. Rice loads it up. Air ball. And Baco will pad the stats. But this one was all about Wisconsin. Wire-to-wire victory for the Badgers. 76-64 your final. 21 straight Wisconsin wins against Indiana in this building.